babes. Mabel, everybody's going to think that you were trying to get away this whole time. Mabel is not trying to get away the whole time. Mabel wants to hang out in the greenhouse. And since I'm out here doing a few things, I thought y'all might want to come along too. You know, it's Friday night. What else would one be doing on Friday night? They wouldn't be outside and it's 40 degrees and hanging out with their plants. You know, I had a little bit of extra time this evening, and although it's dark and it's like very easy to get into a pattern of like just wanting to snuggle up on the couch, I decided that I was going to come out and start pulling together some of my seeds and deciding what seeds we're going to start, because believe it or not, people in my Zone 9 garden group are all starting all of their seeds for spring already, and I can't be the last one. So here I am. And I thought y'all might want to come along. Plus, there's a few things that have happened out here in the greenhouse that I haven't had time to show y'all yet, and maybe you'd want to see. My mom did a lot of organizing. I don't think I can turn this camera all the way around, but she got all my stuff up here organized. There are still a few leftover Christmas gifts that are going to become birthday gifts at this point in time. But I don't think I can turn this around. Look at all these. Someone put pictures of our babies, iconic pictures of our babies, on coasters. And I couldn't bring, my phone's making a shadow, sorry. I couldn't bring myself to use them as coasters and get them wet and the possibility of ruining them. So we hung them up. Well, Mom hung them up. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, that's my crafty mama. She also put together 2 raised beds for me, which I have to get enough soil to fill. That's tomorrow. I did not have time to stop today. But I do have seed starting soil, so I don't know. I thought you'd want to hang out with me and kind of talk. Just talk. It's Friday night, and some of y'all maybe, you know, hanging out as well. I have a hat on because it's cold. My head itches a little bit underneath it. I don't like that part. Oh my gosh. Hey, stranger. Look. Hey, stranger. Just hanging out. Just a whole bunch of... There will be more. I am 1,000,000% sure that we're going to see Aries out here. Hank is in the house. Hank does not like the cold in any way. All right, I'm going to get a seed tray and start to work on that while we talk. Give me a second here. Mabel's here too, I promise you. Mabel's here ruling the roost. All right. This one I actually already have filled with soil, so this kind of works. Let me grab another bag of soil and a few more things. But it feels weird to be out here planting in a time of 30-degree weather. I can tell you that. Tonight the low is 30. Oh my gosh, Mom, why did you put this all back in the corner? Okay. I can't get that out. Oh. Let's see here. He keeps on loving me. Loves me the way I am. Oh boy. A couple more things. If any of you have recommendations on what you think that I should start planting, by all means, toss that out here, because I have a problem that I'm a seed addict now. Like, it's significant, and I want to start all of it. All of it. Do both of these. I'm 99% sure that I have lids for them. So I do have heat pads, but I also have a heater for the greenhouse, which tonight will be the first night that I'm actually going to use the heater. It has a thermostat on it. I'm going to set it to stay above 48. Right now, I think it's about 45 in here. So we'll see how that goes. I know I could set it for warmer, but in reality, it's only going to drop below freezing for an hour, and that's at like 7 a.m. So it's not like terrible, but it's not great either, not for plants. It won't get below freezing in here because the sun has warmed this up enough throughout the day to keep this it stays about 8 to 10 degrees warmer, which is not bad. 55 for orchids. I don't have any orchids. I killed my vanilla orchid. And then I learned later on a page that it takes like 5 years to get a vanilla bean on a vanilla orchid, and that they're one of the hardest plants to grow. So I don't think that I'll be trying that again. It was expensive. Like, that was a total splurge buy for myself. And I don't think that's in my future right now. Like, I'm not that skilled. We're more in the green bean, broccoli, cucumber, tomato phase of my life. Now, I'm going to try some other varieties this time. I have spoon tomatoes still growing, but I never actually got a spoon tomato off of it. So I'm going to try that a little bit more meticulous than I did this last fall. Let's see what we can do. So I know you can't see very well because the lighting is not awesome out here. Let's see if that helps us at all here. So I'm starting with a 6-pod thing. I also have one that has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 5, a 40-pod thing. I struggle a little bit with this simply because I don't necessarily need 40 of one plant. So take my, I'll put a lid on this to really create the humidity to start with. And I have a hard time like finding the right things to make the timing appropriate to take the lid off altogether. Because like, what plant could I possibly need 40 of? I mean, I want 40 of everything, but I don't need 40 of everything. And then these outgrow themselves a little bit too quickly. So I try to save this for what will be bigger plants and make my transplant a little bit more smooth. Okay. Stranger is down here playing in the dirt that I just put down. Somebody says I look so cute in this hat. I have a surprise coming up for y'all. I was able to order these tags right here with the From Suits to Boots logo on them. And I ordered a bulk amount of these hats. So I will sew these on and then we will use those as giveaways for some things coming up. I did not get an insane amount. When I say a bulk order, like I'm talking 20. So that'll be kind of a neat thing. I had a gray hat like this last year that had a chicken embroidered on it. I cannot find it to save my life. Stranger? Hi, buddy. Hello. So I tried to get like Suits to Boots embroidered on here, but it's way too detailed of a logo. Okay. So first things first. This Lush and Dew box. I have a large one and a small one. And this one is a companion plant seed bank. So I thought that maybe I'll start like in this 6 because this 6-pod here is for bigger plants. Maybe I'll start something like, what's a tansy? This says tansy. What is that? Not there. There. I have to go backwards. What the heck is that? It looks like a flower of some sort. Oh no, it says it's a potato. It's a potato? A tansy is a potato? Is that serious? Okay. I think that I might try some eggplant in here. Because I could do 6 eggplants. That would be appropriate. The other thing that I could do, I could start squash in here as well. Oh my goodness. These cats are gonna drive me bananas. So this little seed bank thing is so cool because it comes with all these little pods. And baby, nobody wants to see that part of you. Like nobody. No one wants to see that. I just saw somebody said to start peas. It's a flower, okay? But aren't peas like a direct sow only? Like you can't transplant peas, right? Help me out, garden people. I don't know. All right. We're going to start a few squash in here. So we're going to pick 4 squash, 2 eggplants. The real trick will be if I label them appropriately, because I have some things growing over there on the shelf that I have no idea what they are. They appear to be squashy, but I don't remember planting squash at all. Stranger, you're going to... Okay. Buddy? Yeah, peas are direct sow. That's what I thought. So I can't start any peas yet. We're going to have... The next month, our temperatures at night will dip down right around freeze. They will dip down right around freeze time. So it won't be like, it's not really great to plant anything that would grow above ground. I do have carrots growing out there right now. I do still have some beets in there. Everything's covered, but I don't think that there's a whole lot that I could do. Somebody sent me some vegetable markers. I have a Sharpie. My problem is that I have little taggy McDoodles here. My problem is that the cats will knock them off, or when I water, even though it's permanent marker, for whatever reason, it will not stay. It's okay though. Y'all are watching and we can refer back to this video. All right, we're gonna go with zucchini, squash, and then I mentioned eggplant. So let's find some eggplant. Is this eggplant? It looks like it. No, that's tomato. That was a lie. This might be eggplant. Yep, eggplant. It's crazy that after 2 years, I'm actually starting to recognize the seeds. So I don't know if you can see that, but eggplant seeds are very tiny, and they actually look a little bit like pepper plant seeds to me. And eggplants and peppers aren't from the same thing, right? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, open sesame here. I had a lot of success with eggplant in the spring, so we're going to plant 2 in each of these larger pods, and then I can separate those or say a little prayer that one at least comes up. Oh, Sadie and Millie and Fiona are outside protecting. That's good news. Hey, here's a fun thing this morning. I didn't make a video of it because you can't smell a video, but you know how Sadie's been hanging out on the ridge a little bit more? Well, she must have went on some sort of adventure because she came home and she smells like a skunk. Not strong, like you can smell her from a mile away, but she encountered something skunkish somewhere. So, it's been a fun day of trying to get that off of her. Because I don't know if you know about Great Pyrenees fir, but it's not thin and not easy to wash, and it's pretty much waterproof. Tansy is a wildflower similar to an aster. I didn't know that. You should grow a guava tree. Ricardo, I have 2 guava trees actually, and they're inside the shop right now because of the weather. Eggplant. Y'all are going to be so proud because I'm actually doing it. Normally I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then I forget all about it. So, first set of 6 all ready to go. We're going to move that one aside. All right, now the big one. Oh boy. We're going to close this box here. And I hear Mabel below me. Stranger will not leave me alone. Let's see here. Somebody sent me some things up here. Okay, this is sunflower. We're not going to grow those in the seed starter. Packed for 2023, sell by 525, and it doesn't say what it is. Let's see what's in the... Baby! No one wants to see that side of you. Come on. Tansy is very poisonous to animals. You know what, Christy? There's a lot of plants that are poisonous to animals. Okay, this is a Mimosa pudica. What is that? We're going to put that aside for just a minute here. It's a tickle me plant. Oh, it's a flower. I'm not going to start those either. Christmas, leave him alone. He's growling at Christmas. Christmas is in the house. And Stranger wants no part of Christmas. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. This is a very unstructured live. You should know that this is very... Okay, I'll ask her to leave. Go on. Come on. Very unstructured live. Go on. I'm going to close the door and you can leave the kitties alone. Sorry, Christmas. You know, it wouldn't be a Friday night shit show if it wasn't for all of the things doing all the things. And yes, there's a lot of plants that are in the front right now because of the cold. I had to bring them in. We call them go to sleep plants. Okay, well maybe I'll try that. All right, these are rainbow beets. Again, direct sow, rainbow carrots. This is that thing that lady sent me. Y'all told me it was jicama. I call it jicama. Tell me what it is again because rainbow bell peppers. We will start those. And we will start rainbow cherry tomatoes. Did Tex get in the greenhouse? No. Thank goodness my mom had the doors closed. All right. So we're going to start that. And then y'all tell me what Jamaica is. Jicama. Jicama. That's right. Jicama. What is it? Jicama. I'm gonna learn it. I think I'll also grow some cayenne peppers. Now, I have a freeze dryer that my mother also learned to use while I was gone, which was really great. So my vision on some of this stuff that I'm growing would be that it's like a turnip. Okay, so I can't do that. That's probably a direct sow too then. My vision would be that some of this stuff I'll be able to preserve in the freeze dryer, but also be able to make neat things like cayenne pepper. I can probably freeze dry the actual peppers, grind it down, and make my own cayenne pepper like to shake, like as a spice. It's a spice, right? Yeah, it's a spice. What's the difference between an herb and a spice? Anybody? Because that's something I don't know. My goals are also to kind of hopefully plant and start things a little bit different than what Stephanie does. We're pretty good about sharing starters and things like that. And I have no idea what she's starting. We had a girls' day this week. It was actually a pretty calm girls' day. I know for some of you, you're like, calm? You guys did something calm. We did. I made a video. It hasn't come out yet. But we talked about starting seeds and did not actually go into details about what that might be though. All right, so what I've done is I've thrown the cayenne pepper in here. I've strategically placed each individual seed. Skunk wash for dogs, hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and dish soap. Yeah. Sadie hates the water. I should mention that. Spices, hot or mild. Herbs, fresh part of the plant. But, well, I know that I grow herbs, so I understand them, and you can dry them, like all of that. Spices is the dried part. Herbs are used fresh and spices are dried. So, or oregano is also a spice and an herb then? Same with dill? I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Look. Mabel. That's Mama's dirt. That's Mama's dirt. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. No one cares. Everybody's just so excited to be out here in the greenhouse. Okay. What tastes like an apple? Spices or roots, bark, seeds. Okay. Well, we're going to plant some cayenne and see how that goes. And then I know that Stephanie did Tabasco peppers, so that's fun. Next up is some rainbow. I'm going to put these back because if I don't put them back in the spot, then I will get them mixed up, and that would be bad. Okay. Y'all bored yet? If I put this down here, you might be able to see better. I just have to bend over a little bit. I have never been so interrupted in my whole life. Except for that one time when Hank came to the party. Okay, there's my little cayenne flag. I'll turn around so that you can see. There you go. All right, let's do rainbow cherry tomatoes. Starting plantings in December. Yes, in zone 9, I have learned now, this will be my 3rd year of a garden. I have to have most of my growing done for my first round by the end of May. And that sounds so crazy. But as hot as it got these last 2 years and the drought situation, I mean, everything baked. If it wasn't already grown, it just didn't grow beyond that. And it really took a lot of effort. So what I'll do is I will have a first round done by the end of May, and hopefully if we have a mild summer, then we'll be able to have a whole other garden in between. But last year I really struggled to keep anything alive. Oh my gosh. To keep anything alive. Let me help you. Let me just bridge that gap for you there, buddy. Oh, okay. That's what we're going to do. So we'll see. But I did get 3 rounds in this past year as well. What about your berry bushes, Jamie? Yep, my berry bushes are all in the shop with the exception of what's around the base of the tree out here. And they're still doing okay, except Starla and Finn ate every green thing on them. So I'm really hoping that that comes back in the spring, but we won't know until spring. Everything's dormant right now. Oh, Courtney's here. Courtney and Ashley here from Twisted Tear. Funny story. I went and saw them today. And I'm going to see them on Sunday again as well. I can't tell you why I went to see them, but there is a video coming out tomorrow about why I went to see them, which you're going to want to see. Hold on, I'm writing. I can't do 2 things at once anymore. Like, my brain doesn't function that way at all. Okay. Sprinkling. This feels like I'm like dusting a cake here. I'm not I guess I'm dusting something, but it isn't a cake. It's seeds. I like to put a little bit of potting soil on top of mine, like just a smidge. And then if it's real fine seeds, I actually like to use something called vermiculite. I have no idea what vermiculite actually is, but it is the finest little sand looking stuff to put over seeds. I don't know. We'll see. But other people are like, I can't believe you're starting seeds at the end of December. A lot of people do it January 1st. I will probably be busy on January 1st, so I'm just getting a few days ahead. But being able to have a greenhouse enhances all of the growing season for me. Okay, next up are rainbow bell peppers, which I have a question, okay? Are they really different color? Oh my gosh. Are they really different colors, or is it just about how long that you let them ripen that makes them different colors? Because I have a theory that they all start out green, and then the longer I leave something on there, the more it's going to turn colors, and it usually starts out yellow, then red, and then I actually have some that the purple, which are I guess are really called chocolate. I've never actually seen one be like purple, probably because I plant all the colors and it just like blends because of pollination. Eggplant is related to the peppers. Thank you for that person. And vermiculite is a mineral. Look at us learning together on a Friday night. All right. Look at me putting them all back and being responsible and labeling all of the things. I did go to see Courtney and Ashley's place for the first time today and got to see all their horses. Y'all, they have some amazing horses and they're rescuing them left and right. And I just think it's so special, the work that they're doing. And when I grow up, I want to have as many horses as they do, and to be able to understand them and be knowledgeable about them as well. Fun fact, Rebecca is allergic to peppers. I didn't know that you could be allergic to peppers. All right, bell peps. Somebody, whenever I ask myself, what the heck is a bell peps, that you remind me, okay? All right, we got 2 rows left, and I've gone through the seeds in that packet that I would like to start. It's funny because I posted a picture the other day of when Courtney first came out to the sanctuary. And do you know that I found Courtney's number on Craigslist and that I didn't even know what the heck a farrier was whenever we were actually trying, like we had just rescued Ivy, the donkey, and her feet were horrible. And I had no idea what the heck a farrier was or that hoof trimming was even a thing because at that point in time, I never cared for anything with hooves ever. And I found what a farrier was through Lester. He was like, yeah, they come out and trim hooves. I'm like, he goes like fingernails. Like you need your fingernails trimmed. Horses and donkeys, they need their hooves trimmed. I'm like, okay. So here I go to Craigslist because Marketplace really wasn't that big of a thing at that point in time. Let me look and see what else we're going to do here. All right, let's dive a little bit more into the tomato section here. See a yellow pear tomato. That sounds good. So I found her on Craigslist. I messaged her, and while Lester was at work one day, she came out. And I posted the picture of her that first day, and boy, we had like posts in the backyard to be able to tie up to, and she probably thought we were the biggest ragtag shit show of all time while she's out there. And here, Donkey Dan ran for his life from her, and Ringo challenged her, as you saw in that picture, and she just did it all with ease. And that is when Ivy fell in love with her, like madly fell in love with her. And it was just interesting to think back of how far that both she and Ashley have come and how far we have come and how many animals that we've cared for together. And it was awesome. All right. These seeds are from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And they all come in these yellow packets. I ordered, she has like a seasonal kit that'll come and it'll be like 100 packets of seeds at a time. You can order individually as well, but I think that I got these the beginning, like mid-season, probably last year. And it was really just like a learning path of figuring out what was what. And they were very reasonable, and they all came with individual instructions, which is what I absolutely needed. So yeah, yellow pear tomatoes. These are really, honestly, these are my favorite tomatoes. They have a very unique taste to them. I think it's a mild taste. It's not super acidic. And they're tiny little baby ones. Oh my gosh, I just did that thing. They're tiny little baby, like teardrop. This is upside down. Like this size would be the biggest size that they are. But they're more like the size of the tip of my thumb. And they're just delicious, like in salads and really just being able to eat them directly. So, all right. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to cover up my last 2 rolls in this package. And I really, oh, I guess I'm covering 4 rolls because I didn't do it all together. Stranger is, of course, here to my right helping me as well. And I have one more label to do. We will not walk away until all is lit. Stranger, that's not to eat. What in the world is up with y'all tonight? I feed them. I promise you I feed them. They're like hyper in need of love for whatever reason. Don't eat those, Stranger. He and Mabel are really good friends. And all I can think about is it must be because they're, raised by Mr. Hank together. And Aries will be caught playing with them. Aries loves to be in the barn with Stranger. Like, this sounds really bad, but you know that we lost Brady. And since that time, Aries has sort of replaced the brother situation there. He doesn't want to come out of the barn. He will come into the shop and go upstairs and all of that, but he doesn't want to come into the house. Like, it's crazy. Okay, this was Yellow Tom. Yellow Tom, that's what we're going with here. Okay, friends, let's be good cats together. I will put water on these after a while, but for now, I'm going to move them over. I'm actually going to put them right here in this bed. All right. Should we do another big tray? One of these. Let's think about this. What else can we start tonight? I have to show you my little lettuce crown here while I'm not here, because this was an experiment. Look at this thing right here. Isn't that delicious? This is all butter crunch lettuce. And it's so tiny and petite because it's so tight in there that the lettuce is like just so tender and fabulous with nutrition because it's almost like microgreens. I love it. Cindy, I don't only plant veggies. I'm just only starting veggies this early. I plant fruit, I plant flowers, I plant herbs. But right now in my green stalks, I have 2 green stalks that have active herbs in it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then I have 2 green stalks that have strawberries in it and a few green beans growing in my green stalk. So those are growing really well. Spoon tomatoes is also what I need to find the seeds for that, but I have not come across them yet. But I have kale still growing in the garden, believe it or not. There are turnips and carrots out there. There's actually a few like beefsteak tomatoes that are still growing. I have 1 turnip left, and I have about 8 plants of broccoli still left and about 6 plants of Brussels sprouts. Jamie, I'm digging those balloons. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. Did I do it like this? Is that how that happened? I don't know what I did. I really have no idea what I did. I know if I do this, hold on, I'm not very good at this. It does this cute little thing. I learned that. Janet, there are a few onions growing out there. They're called the white bunching onions. I have a few started over here. Hold on a second. Y'all are just getting the full greenhouse get up tonight. So these down here are called candy onions. And I think I have a few Walla Walla onions growing. This is the mystery plant. I have no idea what I started here. It's fuzzy like a squash, but it's not a squash because it's growing big. Don't know what that is. You can't see it very well, but that's romaine. And that is purple broccoli back here. You can't see it very well because I don't have very good light. And then those are artichokes right there. I went a little bit crazy with celery, like a little over the top. And I started it all in tiny little pods like that. And it all grew. I didn't know it was all going to grow. So I have like 40 plants. Like that's just one section of them. Whoopsie. Baby, move, sweetie. I want to do a little bit of cilantro. I have very little left, but it bolts so dang quick here. Oh, that's more celery. That is more celery. These are a few more Brussels sprouts that are needing to be transplanted, but I didn't have the garden space until recently. Oh, this is funny. This is a spaghetti squash that's growing here. That's some romaine lettuce. And that up there is actually a trial cucumber indoors. It's not going well. My amaryllis did bloom and it is fading fast, but I got one more coming in hot. The rest of this is my stuff from the porch. Y'all know that I have some lemon trees. The tree that everybody hates, the calamondin. This is going to be good though. This is a variegated pink lemon tree. So it grows a yellow lemon, but on the inside, it is pink. And I can't wait. And I only have one. And I think that I should have at least two. So whenever I go to find one of those, just that's how we're going to justify it to Lester. This is all that, you know what Romanesca is? It's like a pointy cauliflower broccoli mix. Yes, that's Romanesca. I have a few more herbs and things like that. So there's some arugula, some chives, some Italian oregano, some leeks, basil, rosemary. Yeah, I have all that growing. I promise that I'm not like, somebody said I only grow vegetables. I'm like, wait, I grow a lot of things. This is one of my fig trees. I'm a figaholic. There are 6 fig plants out there that did not produce a single piece of fruit this year. And I have 5 more in here that are dormant right now. So, you know. Somebody says, I just watched the exact same video on Suits to Boots. Yes, I'm on StreamYard right now. So I'm a Survivor from Suits to Boots on Facebook. And then I'm on From Suits to Boots on YouTube tonight. So I'm looking at all of you on one page. And you might be looking at a different thing. Linda says, you use everything you grow. So I try to. If it gets to be too much, share with the family or with the neighbors. But with having the freeze dryer this year, I will be able to preserve it. The hardest part about a garden and producing this much is using it in the time that it's ripe. It is challenging, especially in the summer if you have a good year, because you can't really you can't seem to catch, like, it's feast or famine is what it feels like for me. And Lester doesn't eat most of the things. So I grow strangers some kitty catnip. I will. I promise I will. So it takes 3 to 5 years to get figs. Good to know, Denise, because I was feeling like a failure. So I'm hoping the freeze dryer will allow me to do different things. The other thing about the freeze dryer that's cool is I've already started canning. I made pickles this year, which was really awesome. I want to be able to can green beans this year and to go a little bit deeper. I didn't have a good success with green beans this year. We ate everything that came out. But what I think that I'll be able to do is really be able to utilize some of the vegetables in different ways. For instance, you can freeze dry squash and zucchini, and it basically becomes almost like, you know how you get marshmallows in like Lucky Charms, and those are regular marshmallows. Those are freeze dried marshmallows, and they're like crunchy. So you can freeze dry zucchini and squash to the extent that you can break it down to a powder, which would allow you to utilize it in everything, because zucchini and squash will adapt to the flavor in whatever you use. So the nutritional effects that come from it and utilizing it, let's just say that I utilize it in smoothies. Let's say I utilize it as a flour or part of like almond flour to be able to make pizza crust, that type of thing. I think it would be really awesome to be able to add that nutrient without everybody freaking out and saying, I don't eat zucchini and I don't eat squash, that type of thing. So we'll see. Brooke did figs. I have eaten freeze-dried figs and they're amazing. And Jason has a fabulous orchard. You know what's funny is Jason did something really sweet recently. I'm going to keep working because otherwise I just keep talking. Jason did something really sweet. He sent Lester, unprompted, unsolicited, he sent him a text with a picture of what I need to utilize on my fruit orchard to help it while it's dormant this winter. And I just thought that was one of the sweetest things ever, because I haven't said a word about my fruit trees on any video. So it wasn't like it was prompted by somebody who watches the videos or anything like that. It was just completely sweet and thoughtful of him to be like, hey, Jamie needs to do this. And I just thought that was awesome. They're such good people. You know, Brooke's been going through some health stuff, and I reached out to her and just wanted to know that we were thinking of her, and, you know, just tell her what I knew just from being in healthcare and seeing some of the channels and other things you have to go. Really, stranger, that's so not for you. And it was just good to catch up with her and be able to chit-chat, not just about an illness or anything like that, but just about life in general. And I really wish we lived closer to them, because they're just such good, genuine people. And I would love to get to know them even more at some point. For now, it has to be texts and calls and whatnot, but maybe one day we'll find ourselves in the same place together. Okay, let me see what we can find here. Kitty? No turnips. Those are... Oh. Let's start some of these. So this is cantaloupe. So there you go. No, I'm really not. Baby, no one wants to see your behind this much. Oh. All right, please feed the kitty treats. The kitty treats are in the shop. I would have to walk so far. I will get the kitty treats. I promise you I will, but not till after we're done here. I just wanted to hang out with y'all. I've never had freeze-dried cantaloupe, but that sounds terrific, actually. My mom did my favorite, which is bananas. I think that oh, baby. I think that I've eaten 5 pounds of bananas this week. It's bad. It's really bad. Stranger! For a kitty that started out in the wall, that was so terrified of us, he sure has made himself uber comfortable at this point in time. Yeah, it's great. All right, cantaloupe. Somebody just asked, had we made a decision about what we're doing with the garden at I'm a Survivor yet? Hang on. So, no, we haven't decided. I think the future of it will involve some plants that are perennials, but also with some rocks and just be able, like, very low maintenance things. I may put a few fruit trees in there, something like that, but it has to be it has to be things that that are very low maintenance, that don't require a whole lot. So I'm still thinking through that. We will probably change it to be a memorial garden. So to bring all the things from the original memorial garden up there and truly represent those that we've lost, and for it to be more of a sitting garden than an actual vegetable garden. I've never gotten this much attention from him before. I promise you that. But we'll see. All right. We're going to do another one. Y'all must be really bored to be watching me pour some dirt in containers tonight. Because I know that I probably would have never believed that at some point in my life this would be my Friday night. Not the part about hanging out with you, but being excited about getting seeds started. But I am glad I'm being productive because, like I said, it was very tempting to just curl up on the couch and to, scroll through social media, see what kind of conspiracy theories are going down lately, and maybe find a Netflix show. But then I wouldn't be able to hang out with y'all. Tomorrow night, Ellie and Megan and Alex will be here and we will do our Christmas. And I'll finally get to give Lester his Christmas gift, which has been a total surprise. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. What else do I know? Oh, did y'all watch my crime scene investigation video today? Because I'm telling you what, y'all had a lot of good input and thoughts, things that I didn't even think of until I was reading in the comments. And I thought that I was thinking of a whole lot. I don't want to, point fingers at people. I don't want anybody to be calling and chasing. That's not the intention of it. It really was just a thought-provoking video. And if anything, to make people think about the things that happened around them in the same way, and just sort of to sort of like a public service announcement to just pay attention. And that went to us too, of what we needed to do differently and pay attention to more. But there are a few more things that I'll probably go out there and point out and talk about. Maybe I'll make that video for early next week. Okay, give me a second here. Oh no. Alright, that's not what I intended to do. Oh, I have one right there. Okay, I'm going to show y'all a little fancy trick here, which I had already done in the other one. So, when you have a planter like this, you can't see very well, all those little pods in there, and you fill up the dirt all the way to the top. The next thing I do is take the exact same tray from another one and come on top and smash those down. So now I have a place to plant. Isn't that fancy? I learned that from Stephanie, actually. But now, what to plant in our last 40 little pods? Don't forget your labels. Thank you. I won't forget them. Let's look. Is this the planter I just put away? No. All right. This is a kitchen garden version. Okay. There are fig seeds in this. I've never started fig. That might be fun. There's a lot of herbs in this one. There are also blueberry. Okra. Does okra transplant okay? There's strawberry in here. Of course, there's watermelon, but we can't plant watermelon. That's really what I'll plant in like April-ish instead. Yes, you can. You can transplant okra. All right. I will do that. There's cayenne pepper again. Ooh, there's cilantro in here too. Okay. All right, I got it. I transplanted my okra and it did good. Okay. Let's see if I can find okra seeds. That is another cayenne pepper. Doesn't okra look like balls? That's not to be derogatory. It does. Look. I told you. Told you. I don't think that I need... Oh, no. I don't think that I need 10 of these, but maybe 5 okras. You know that okra is actually a vegetable that I don't like. Yeah, I know. That's weird. Lester likes it, though. And he likes it fried, or he likes it like stewed with tomatoes. And he won't eat the tomatoes, but he will eat the sauce. Isn't that a weird thing? Yeah, I think so. Okay. We did okra. I hear Sadie barking down in the woods again. Shocker. Janice, you're watching from Kernersville, North Carolina. I have actually been to Kernersville, to the hospital there, for work, not because I was a patient. Pickle okra? I've never pickled okra or had pickled okra. Maybe I will try that. I got good at pickling stuff this year. So I don't like the texture of okra. It's not the flavor. It's the sliminess. So when you pickle it, is it slimy? Because that's the part that I'm not a fan of. Let's see here. What are you? Radish? No. No. I don't need any more broccoli. I'm looking through the seeds here. I'm not trying to ignore you. Some of these are crazy looking seeds. Ooh, basil. I love me some basil. The seed. It doesn't say if it's sweet basil or what kind. Have I fermented anything? No, but that sounds fun. My mom made wine this year from fermenting some stuff, and she made like a limoncello from fermenting. Somebody says, good day from Australia. It's good evening here, though. It's actually, like, it feels very late. It feels very weird to be out in the greenhouse this late, but I ran out of daylight today. Grow some dill. I have an entire block of dill plants growing because I love dill. Love, love, love dill. Okay. That was basil. Boy, we're getting a whole lot done here. These are going to be 5 of each instead of 10 of each. So we got a little bit more variety in this tray. What are you? You look like beets. Huh? Let's try some onions in this one. It doesn't even tell me what kind of onion, so that's an interesting little thing too. And oh, it looks like purple onion. I like me some purple onion. I love onions so much that I could plant an entire garden of onions and never be sad about it. I love the smell, I love the way they taste, and I like to put them on everything. Cooked, raw, it doesn't matter. Big fan of onions. I hear her barking with the other dogs, though, so I don't think there are any coyotes right now. And she's more, should I say the woods? She's more like up front is where I hear her. But I also heard Lester walk out, so hopefully. Yep, he's calling them right now. So sometimes what happens is there's a dog that's coming from not the close by neighbors. There are new neighbors about a mile away, and we think that they're barking at him because he's out and about. It's always a fiasco, y'all. Such a fiasco. I'll grow some of this dill too. Well, why not? Let's just load up our little kitchen garden right here. Have it all in one and see what happens. Even the seeds smell fabulous. And where I'm from, we had a dip called dill dip, and you served it with rye bread. There was a grocery store in my town called Super Value, and you would get this round thing of rye bread. It was like a round loaf, and you would some people would slice it up into cubes, other people would just pull it apart, and the dill dip was like dill and garlicky stuff in sour cream and I guess mayonnaise. I don't know. You bought it and it was fabulous. That grocery store went out of business, sadly, but it was so good. And I said dill, not deal. Dill. D-I-L-L. Yeah, Lester's going down to go get them. Okay, we have 4 more rows to go. Somebody says, I eat garlic and ginger every day. I eat garlic every day and onions every day. I have some ginger root that I planted. I have no idea if it's going to come up, but I put it in a pot like probably 12 weeks ago and nothing so far. Pumpernickel bread. I like pumpernickel. Hey, Doug, I see your cry for Brussels sprouts. I have about 6 of those growing out front right now, and then about 3 or 4 still in here that are seedlings. So I'm gonna pause on that because I'm the only one in our family, all of the Morrows, who eats Brussels sprouts. And a girl can only eat so many. And I like them. I like them air fried, and then to put like balsamic vinegar on them. Oh my gosh, so good. I'm looking through the seed pods right now to see what else we might be able to pull together right here out of this little packet. Cauliflower. I only have 2 cauliflower plants growing out there, so we'll plant some in here, see how that goes. Brussels sprouts in garlic and butter are good. I wonder if you can freeze dry Brussels sprouts and what that does to them. I don't understand why she's going so bananas out there. Unless there's a skunk. And in that case, I'm so glad it's Lester and not me. So glad it's Lester and not me. Alright, there we go with the cauliflower. What are you? Fig. Alright, we're going to be brave here and we're going to try some fig. I need to put a label in my other one before I forget what the heck I just did. Do you ever wonder like where these plants originated from? And who thought to go ahead and save the seeds? Like, I have so many questions about things like that. Like, who decided that you could then figure out how to grow different varieties of them. Because I don't know that I would have ever done it. The seeds in here are very different. I don't know if you can see those very well, but that's a fig seed, and they're almost feathery. They're kind of like flower seeds. Mary, I've never grown peanuts, but my mother talks about a time where when they were kids that they grew peanuts, and she was so shocked to know how they grew and how they were so different raw than the peanuts that they all knew. I would like to grow some popcorn this year. And, oh my gosh, I have to show you something. Hold on a second here. Big. I almost forgot already. We have 2 rows left. We're going to try this. Not tonight, but we're going to grow tobacco. Yeah. So I have cigar, and then I have 2 different kinds of tobacco that someone sent me. And we have to try it. I've never smoked anything in my whole life and don't intend to, but I know that the scent of the leaves as you dry them is fabulous, and that's what I'm interested in. And for whatever else, like the person who sent this was a big prepper, and they all talk about like if money becomes not a thing anymore, the currency, like obviously you'll need to survive, so you need to have plants to eat and things like that. But some of the things that would be good for bartering would be alcohol, tobacco, cocoa, things like that. So, I want to grow cigar plants and tobacco plants. And then I would really, really, really love to figure out how to grow a cocoa bean. I have not looked at anything. I have none of those things. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. Okay, we got 2 more rows left. I don't need any mint. That's what's in some of those seeds. What are you? Oh. Let's grow a birdhouse gourd. That sounds fun. Hanging tobacco in my garden will also prevent pests. I had no idea. So these are actually large seeds. This is from a gourd. And look at it. Hold on. Look at it. It's a big seed. I probably should have done that in the big 6, but we'll try it in here and see what happens. Could leave some tobacco for the spirits like Lester tried that time. I agree with you. He hasn't done much with that in a while. I know that the Longhorns have been taking a lot of his time lately. All right, let's put that up. I'm creating myself a little mess here. I need my mom to come back and help me clean up. It does look like a pill, a really big pill. So here's something interesting. Now, you probably don't know about me. You know I can't swallow pills? I actually, when I broke my neck in my car accident when I was 18 years old, 18? Yeah, I was 18. I lost the ability to swallow most things and had to go to speech therapy to learn how to eat, chew, all those things again. And for whatever reason, there's something in my mind that really struggles with pills. So I have to focus super, super hard and do certain things to be able to swallow them. Otherwise, I try to find medicines in liquid or injectable, or I just don't take them. That's really where I'm at. All right, we got 1 row left, friends. So curious. Now, Sadie has stopped barking completely at this point. So I guess that's good news. I don't want to grow any mint in here because it will take over everything. But I will grow some sage. What's funny is I never smelled sage before in my life until I went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming for work. And while I was there, I connected with a cousin of mine who had moved away. And they took me out to see the Teton Mountains, to see Yellowstone, to see Teton National Park. And they're explaining to me that the people that deer hunt up there, the elk that they kill and the deer that they kill actually taste like sage because that's what they eat the majority of. And I had never tasted sage, or I mean, I was a little tiny baby at that point in time in my career. I was about 23 years old, and I'd really never been anywhere. And here I am starting to travel and to really get my feet wet in the business world and hospitals and just learning more. Pretty sure I travel with a TomTom GPS that I rented as well. And that's where I learned about sage, and I love the smell of sage. So, all right, last one, friends. Look at us. Now let's put a little bit on top of here. These are all pretty good size. So I also will water from the bottom and the top on this. I will use a mister for the top, and then I will fill the bottom of the tray underneath these little plastic thingies to get the water to absorb. And that'll be a good little start for us. It's not anywhere near complete for what I would like to have, but it's a really great start. And you all got to help tonight, and I appreciate that. If you have other ideas, by all means, leave them in the comments or send me a message of other things you think I should try. I have so many seeds that people have sent, and I'm a little bit of a seed hoarder, okay? So I have a lot more to review and to think through, but I think that I have convinced Lester to start thinking through the outside of the greenhouse on the ground and doing an in-ground garden this year. We talked about a really huge one. I'm probably going to do about half of what we originally thought. But that involves getting some topsoil in here, a tiller, and all those things over the next probably month and a half. And I think that he's on board. We'll see. But I'm on board and I'm ready because my little raised bed, while it's great, it's not big enough for all the things. So I think it'll be awesome. Me Gardner is an excellent place. I like Baker Creek. Like I said, I like Mary Heirloom. I like the dollar store seeds. I had some of the greatest success with green beans, and every zinnia that I have planted out there that just keeps coming back and replanting itself came from the 4 for $1 packet. Oh my gosh, the marigold that I had came from the dollar store. I planted, most of my lettuce came from the dollar store. So, I mean, I'm open to anything. I do still have these raised beds here that I'm going to get started with. I will plant most of the seedlings that I already have started into this to give it time to expand and to utilize the heat that's out here as the season is not ready yet for anything else to be started outside. And then this will be the next round of seedlings that we got started tonight. And I probably have about, I would say, 6 more trays to eventually fill up, which is exciting. And this is where I find like peace. Oh, somebody doesn't like that I'm talking. Well, let's just get rid of that IOUH whatever person. Peace out. Now you don't have to listen. This will not be a cat bed. This is not. I'm gonna go get him some treats, I promise you. So I will I'll get all of those with water in them and get that started. And I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me tonight. You made my evening by hanging out and allowing me to just ramble on, and I appreciate it very, very much. I will get some dirt tomorrow and get those filled, show you my progress. But this is very therapeutic for me to come out here, put my hands in dirt, and to watch things grow. And I would say that is probably the thing that I recognize the most out of 2023, and not to get all sappy and like all wrap the year up type of thing. But I really believe that my passion is growing things. And I don't mean just plants. Growing people, not like raising a baby. I mean helping people see the value in themselves, helping animals grow, just growth in general, personal growth. And then of course garden, plant, tree growth as well. I really, really have found joy and patience that I didn't expect to find. Even patience with fuzzy little needy kitties as well. So, y'all have a very blessed Friday night. I am sure that we will hang out at some point in time tomorrow, but you must check out my YouTube video in the morning because I had a very special trip and picked up something very special as well. And I'm going to reveal a secret to you tomorrow morning that Lester does not know about. So, have a good night. I love y'all so much, and we'll talk soon.